today I screwed up my boiler. Hopefully not too bad. If anybody knows, is in the business, knows if this is okay or not, let me know. If you want to skip all the BS and go right to the timestamp, I'll put the timestamp when I screwed it up over here. All right, so here's what happened. I have the same guy doing my boiler for the last 10 years. If I'm a little under the weather, I had the COVID vaccine, second one a little while ago, I feel a little crummy. But same guy cleans and services our boiler. He's from the oil company every year for the last 10 years. I like him, I trust him. I don't stand over him, but he knows I'm interested in this stuff, so I'll ask him something once in a while. Anyway, the boiler is original to my house, which is about 30 years old. So he comes over to me when he's done this year, you know, maybe like September. And he says, listen, I just want to let you know the combustion chamber is falling apart. You're going to need a new boiler. I don't know what a combustion chamber is. I said, oh, it is? Yeah, it's falling apart. I said, what is that? He says, well, the whole inside. He said, it's deteriorating. It's about 30 years old. You should think about getting a new one before it fails. I have no idea. I'm like, I tell my wife, the boiler's going bad. We need another boiler soon. She says, you want to get one now before it's the winter? I said, let's just wait. Long story short, I start looking up what's a combustion chamber. And I see it's not a big deal. All right, we have an oil-fired boiler. It's basically turn the boiler off, take off the burner part, exposes the entire inside. You clean out the flaked, falling apart insides. They sell a replacement kit, put it in, you zip it back up, and you're done. I could do that. You know, I've changed a bunch of things on my boiler. I'm into it. You know, I have spare parts. You can watch some of my other videos. I don't mind doing that stuff. So I bought a replacement, and it's an aftermarket. My boiler's a Peerless, an aftermarket company. Lynn Mfg makes aftermarkets for a bunch of different models. So I wait till it's the spring, which it is now, because I don't want to get stuck. If something happens, I don't want to be without heat when it's 2 degrees outside. So what happened was I turned the boiler off. I removed the burner. I clean out the mess inside. I scrape it with a steel brush. I get it nice and clean. I take the rear wall. Now the rear wall is one piece. I forget what you call it. There's a name for it, but it's one piece. And then you get like a piece of it. Almost looks like asbestos, like almost a rug that you put in front of it. And it's heat resistant. The idea is that the flame doesn't hit the back of the burner directly. It doesn't fit. I take this back wall and I try to push it in. It's a little bit too wide. So instead of Mr. Idiot, instead of just getting a knife and scraping away a ½ inch, I try pushing it. And I push. I pull it out. I push, I pull. Anyway, I push a hole through it. I push a hole through the back of it. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So, I mean, like a hole. Luckily, the piece didn't dislodge. It just kind of flapped out, and I pushed it back. But now you have a break, like a half moon, 3 or 4 inch, break. Anyway, I do it the right way. I shave down the edge. I pushed against the back wall. But there is an area now where the back wall, which is again a ½ inch thick fibrous material, has I don't think it's a gap, but it's a break in it. It's not right in the middle where the flame is hitting it. It's off to the side a little bit. What I want to know is it going to be a problem? I mean, look, the boiler had a hole, all right? The material that was there had burned a hole directly where the flame was going. So the flame was actually hitting the rear wall of the rear metal behind this thing. This is right where the flame goes now. The white stuff that I installed is there. A little bit to the right, a little bit up is where there's a little cut. The question is, should I replace that back thing or should I just leave it alone? Again, 30-year-old boiler. Thanks for listening to this. If you want to see the video, go for it now. If not, please leave an answer down below. Thank you. I bought this kit from Lynn. This one's a Lynn 1067. It's a combustion chamber parts for this old boiler I have, an oil-fired boiler, a Peerless. It's actually really good. I like it. It's old, and I turned it off and shut the power about 3 hours ago. And I went out and did some stuff around the house. I'll turn off everything. So all the breakers are off. The breaker's off, the switch is off, everything's off. I let this cool. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is I'm going to just take the wires out of here, because it's just simply 2 wires. It's just one on the black over here, and then one on this white all the way on the end here. And then I could take this off, and then I could, unfortunately this doesn't swing open, but I'll take off these 5 screws, and I am going to turn off the oil, or shut the oil off, but then I could just swing it out. So I think what I'll do first is I'm going to shut the oil over here. And for some reason I'm doing it that way because I'm lazy and I don't feel like bleeding the line when I'm done. So I figure I'll just leave everything connected. All right. And over here, I'm going to turn these off over here. There's one here. And another one there. All right. We do have 2 full tanks of oil over here, so all right, that's the first thing. Second thing I'm going to do is set this. Second thing I'm going to do is take this apart over here. So let's see. So I'm going to unscrew these couple of things here. So let's take off this one. And this one is B2. Pull that out. That's the white one, goes to B2. And the black one goes to this little extension here. Now I'm going to take out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. And that idea is that I'm going to put this, let me see. I'm going to support the weight with this jack over here. That doesn't look so good. What a mess. What a mess. Okay, swinging your partner round and round. Okay, see if I can swing this a little more. It looks like I'm going to need a mask. Okay. Let's put another one of these under here. Okay. There's that. What a mess. I knew it was going to be kind of messy, but
Not this messy. We'll see. So here's how we're looking so far. Let's see. Yeah, the wire brush is the way to go. Yeah. So,
because I don't think I'm gonna freaking use any stupid shims. Let's see. All right, there's the inside. Please fit. A little bit too fat, surprisingly. So here's where it helps to read the directions. I stupidly didn't, and it said if it doesn't fit, be very careful and shave a little bit off of both sides. So if I ever do this again, which I probably am going to have to, what I would do is take like some sandpaper, like some rough sandpaper, maybe like 60 grit. What worked really well was the wire brush, and just gently shave maybe like a quarter of an inch at a time off of each side, and that would get it to fit. Sanding it instead of doing what I'm doing here, which is forcing it like a fool. As you'll be able to see in the next part, I went right through the middle of it. Not where the flame hits, but close enough to where I'm going to definitely have to put another one of these in.
oh shit. Oh shit, I made a fucking hole in it. Fucking stupid asshole. Alright, let's try that again. Alright. All right. What I could do is this right here. I think that's what I'm going to do right there. All right, so I shove this in over here.
All right, now I'm going to install the rope. I'm going to put this back and freaking fire this up because I'm tired of doing this. Just push that in, the little channel. You ready? See if you can push. Hold on. Keep going, push. See if I can get this. Okay, let's really. Open the oil lines and see if this works. That's opened. Let's open this crap back up. If this doesn't fire back up and burn, I'm gonna be and go. I'm gonna be upset. Let's get this opened. Open. I shouldn't introduce any air into the boiler. It should be totally fine to go. All right, let's turn all this crap on. This one's on. Let's turn this off. Turn the power back. I'll turn this on up here. Please fire up. There we go. Music to my freaking ears. Music to my ears. Very upset about that brake. But what can you do?